live 20 meters away. So I'm delighted to be here. I am a travel journalist, and I just want to say that when I finished my studies, so-called, I finished my BA and MA from Hindu College, Delhi. I spent 3 months with my father in Udhampur. He was posted there, and those
He's
3
a
months.
Folly brat also, by the way.
Yeah, those 3 months were very educative for me because I had finished my so-called studies. I hadn't started working. I had done nothing, and Udhampur used to be the headquarters of 15 Corps in those days. And I made a lot of friends with a lot of young army officers and a few young Air Force officers, and I learnt a lot from them. I taught them a lot. And one of the things I learned at that early age was that when you leave your home, you should leave everything behind. At that time, my father's friends and colleagues' children were also finishing their college and they were embarking. So when my parents used to go to the mess or the club in Udhampur and in Delhi also, all their colleagues would say, my son is going to Houston because he's going to become a scientist. Somebody would say, my daughter is going to so-and-so place because she's studying for this. And what is your son planning to do? And my parents used to always say that we've never asked him and he's never told us, but we'll find out. When I started travel writing and my parents were accosted with this, same thing, they would say, my son is studying to be a doctor. And what is your son doing? And my parents would say, he's a travel writer. And they would say, oh, that's very nice, but what does he do? And they would say, well, he says he travel writes. So I started travel writing in 1980. I've completed 45 years. I never ever revealed that in front of pretty ladies. This is the first time I'm doing it because that's another way of revealing my age. It's against my principles to reveal my age, and it's against my principles to reveal anything to anybody. But 45 years has gone in a flash. And my parents were a little surprised that I did not go into a career, so-called, because there were only 3 travel writers in India. There were only 7 in Asia at that time. And I thought, well, I'll do this for a while, I'll flirt with it, and then maybe one day I'll take up a job. That's what I thought, that's what I planned. But a year or 2 later, I found that it got into my blood. I actually started enjoying travel writing. I started enjoying traveling. And from then on, it's been a journey. That's what I do. One trip after the other. I would just like to tell you, because he mentioned this a few times, my very first trip out of India was in 1981 to Sri Lanka. There was a Thai Travel Agents Association of India meeting in Colombo, and I went there as a very young, strapping travel writer. And when I landed there, there was no hotel room for me in Colombo. It was all booked out. So they put me up in a hotel called Mount Lavinia, which is just on the outskirts of Colombo, on the beach. And it was my first day out of India. It was my first night in a hotel in a foreign country. And Mount Lavinia used to be the Viceregal Lodge. So anyway, I went there, I spent the night, and my room was huge. It was bigger than my entire place here in Defense Colony. The bathroom was as big as our drawing room here. And in the morning, when I was having breakfast, a very young lady from the hotel came and said, do you mind if I join you? And I thought to myself, I think I'm in the right place at the right time because this has never happened to me. And I said, of course you can join me. And I tried to sound very casual about it, but actually I was so excited, I think I gulped on my food and it almost choked to death. So she had to pick me on the back and sort of, in the movies. But I told myself, I said, oh great, it's my, my personality and they can't resist it and so on. And then 20 minutes later, this gentleman comes, he's the general manager, and he says, sir, can I join you? And nobody had called me sir because I was very young. I had done nothing in life. And I said, of course you can join me. And he said, did you have a comfortable night? And I said, yes, I had a comfortable night. He said, did you sleep well? I said, I slept fairly well. Thank you. Now by then, I had actually started thinking that I'm an exceptional human being, you know. My sort of effervescent, absolutely scintillating company, they couldn't resist. And we went to Colombo, we did the whole business of the day, and when I came at night, the general manager was there again and he said, I need to talk to you. So I thought, you know, why not? I mean, you know, being a celebrity, minor celebrity, why not? So he said to me then, and there was another person with him, he said, you know, sir, we didn't have any room for you. So we put you up in a room which is haunted. And we were very, very worried about you. And so from here, I was brought crashing down there. I thought they were inquiring because of my, as I said, you know, my effervescent personality, and you can't keep a good man down. But actually, they were just worried that, you know, had I survived the
They were
course.
testing you, they were testing the...
So when I went back to my room that night, I couldn't sleep a wink. I was terrified, you know, I mean, everything, there were lights everywhere, there were shadows everywhere. I don't think I slept a wink. And the next morning, again at breakfast, they came and said, so you're okay now? I said, yeah, I'm okay, I'm fine, etc., etc. But I learned many things through that incident, and I realized that if you can take things the way they come, then things become better. And from then, that was my very first trip. My greatest regret was that there was no photography.